see from the title, this is kind of a little aside. I wanted to share this drum and bass rhythm with you guys. It's something fun to play. I don't think it really belongs on this instrument too much, although people find it amusing when I do it. So we're going to break this beat down start very slowly, show you the different elements, and then you'll be able to do this on your own. So again, we're going to start slow and not include every single extra flick that I put in there, but we will gradually increase the complexity. First of all, if you listen to any drum and bass music, this will be a familiar pattern. If you don't, go listen to some songs. Most of it has the same basis, which is I'm going to be showing you on the shoulder note and the ding. So this will be my snare, and this will be my bass drum or kick drum. The basics is you can break it down to two parts, really. First is easy. So that's two bass drums. So that's the first half. That's quite easy. And then it's... So practice these separately. The first one's very easy. You can choose to mute this note. So muting the ding will give you kind of a different feel, as opposed to... I kind of vary that if I mute it or not. But just for simplicity's sake, don't worry about muting. Just... That's all you need to know. I'm sure that's quite easy. The second half can be a little tricky. It's... So at the end, between the last ding and shoulder note, there's a double size pause. That's all you need to know. You can start real slow like this. When you're ready to move on, try putting the two together. So. When you get to this point, try to loosen it up a little bit so you're not like a robot, but really try to give it a little tempo. Quite simple. You can maybe progress the speed a little more. Put a few ghost notes in there by accident, like a little light note. Don't mind that. That's something that's just in my hands. But once you get a feel for it, you'll be able to add your own little extra notes. Now this sounds complicated now, but really it is all the same. But when you start speeding it up, for example here, I lifted out on one of the bass notes, so on that last try it was... So actually we're missing one more strike in here. In the second half of the segment, where it goes... The second ding strike is missing. That actually adds another flavor to it. There's a couple of variations on this. Now, one more thing I do, if you know how to do the triplet roll, as I covered, which is the kind of, it's doing 3 notes in succession, so one here, and then one with your thumb and index or middle finger. If you can do that, that's where I give it a little more accent. So try that with the first one, the first half of the which was, instead of that, progress that to. So instead of progress this, speed it up a little bit. Like that. Rewind this if you need to. So that gives your first little extra flick note there. Now here comes the harder part, when you introduce this flick into the second half, which is, I have to think about this. So really the two bass notes that you hit at the end at the two final of these, it becomes a double note. So all you were really doing is adding one more note here on your last two ding strikes. Again, slowly. And if you put it all together, it's one more thing you may have noticed, when you're not really going to see it, but instead of just hitting the shoulder note, I also tend to hit the lower note here. That gives it a little more flavor. But all the difference you have to do there is, instead of just hitting here and here, just use your thumb to hit a double note here. So again, adding this to the complexity. And if you're a drum and bass enthusiast, which I'm not, but you may have noticed in some of the let's say the build-ups or kind of the breaks in the song, you hear these one of the, let's go to fill, shall we? You hear these so really what that fill is just four. That's three, and then you can go back into the standard rhythm of so. Some other fills you can do. Again, you have the same amount of time in between, or as long as you want, really. You can do any kind of rolls and stuff. So, for example, which is actually 8 quarter notes. So it is 4 right-left combinations. So it'd be so. But to make it sound right, you should do 8 quarter notes. So that's like I said. That's really it. This is just some screwing around I've been doing. Sounds pretty good. So I think that covers this little lesson, if you want to call it. I just wanted to share it with everyone. Hit like if you like this, and hit subscribe below over there to get more videos.